Hello there, welcome to the show. I'm Tom, your host, and this is Tom's Day Trips, the cruise show. Okay, welcome to the show. Today, we're going to talk about Norwegian Cruise Line and their new Free at Sea package, which used to be the More at Sea. And prior to that, it was the original Free at Sea. Well, now it's the Free at Sea. They kind of changed a few things, modernized it a little bit. It looks good, and a lot of good things for us cruisers. Now, if you never cruised a Norwegian Cruise Line before, you're going to learn quite a bit about the Free at Sea. So, stay tuned, stay with it. Watch it to the very end. After the Free at Sea, we're going to talk about the new dining policies, from the main dining room to specialty dining room to room service. There's a lot of policy changes. So if you want information, watch the video to the very end. I appreciate that. Okay, first thing we're going to talk about is the new Free at Sea. We're going to talk about the four major components of it. First thing, we're going to talk about the free open bar. They do offer a free open bar with the Free at Sea. All you have to do is pay a gratuity of $28.50 a day per person that's in your cabin. So if you have 4 people in your cabins that are over 21 years of age, each one of them does have to get the drink package. If one gets it, they all have to get it. And if you're under 21 years of age, there's a soda package that you have to get. This way everyone has the open bar or open soda package. This is mandatory. If one gets it, everyone has to get it. Now, the best way to decide whether you want to get this drink package is how much do you drink a day. If you're a 1 drink person a day, ain't worth it. If you're going to drink 5 or 6 a day, definitely worth it. So figure that out yourself. But remember, if you have a group of 4, one gets it, all has to get it. So keep that in mind. All right. And next thing we're going to talk about is specialty dining. They did a lot with the specialty dining. They kind of modified it a little bit, updated it. Before, it used to be, depending on what type of room you get, depends on how many specialty dining you get. Now it all depends on your length of your cruise. So if you have a 2 to 4 day cruise, you have 1 specialty dining. If you have 5 to 6, you have 2 specialty dining. If you have 7 to 8, you have 3 specialty dining. And 9 plus, you get 4 specialty dining per cruise. Before, you used to have to get a balcony or above to get 3. Now you can get an ocean view or inside cabin. You're still getting 3 specialty dining. I think that's a great thing. Specialty dining is awesome. Each ship has their own little twist depending on the category of ships. And it's great from the French to Italian to Mexican, seafood, steakhouse. Specialty dining is awesome. But if you don't get the Free at Sea package, it does cost you per reservation at the specialty dining. So I think this is a good deal, doing the Free at Sea with the specialty dining. But it does come at a little bit of a cost. You have to pay the gratuities of $20 per specialty dining per person. So if you have 2 people doing specialty dining at one restaurant, it's going to be $20 a piece for the gratuities. I'm going to make sure they get the gratuities. So keep that in mind. Gratuity is per person, per dining. All right. So number 3 is Wi-Fi. And this is for every person in your cabin. So if you have 4 people in your cabin, each person gets 150 free minutes of Wi-Fi service. And this is all Starlink. All Norwegian Cruise Line ships are Starlink now. So you get 150 free minutes of Wi-Fi. And if you have 5, 6 people, hopefully you don't have 5 people in your room. If you have 4 people in your room, each one gets 150 free minutes. So that is awesome. Before it used to be guest 1, guest 2. Now it's everybody. So that's the Wi-Fi. And number 4, that hasn't changed. Each port if you do a shore excursion, you get a $50 credit only for one guest. The number one guest in your cabin, the one that is booked under, they're the ones who get the $50 credit per shore excursion. The only twist is with that, if you do two shore excursions at the same port, it's $50 per shore excursion. So you save a bit there. I think that's a great thing what they're doing with the shore excursion, and the free at sea. I think it's been updated, and they're giving us more as cruisers. If you cruise with Norwegian Cruise Line before, you know what I mean. If you're new to Norwegian Cruise Line, this is a great opportunity to get somewhat of some free stuff and to enjoy yourself on your first cruise. Because once you go on one, you're hooked. You'll be doing quite a bit. Norwegian Cruise Line, to me, is the number one cruise line. Okay, so that is the new free at sea. Tell me what you think. Leave a comment below. Do you like what the changes are? Do you like the more at sea? Do you like the new free at sea? Let me know what's going on. All right. Now, if you got this far, apparently you like what you hear, you enjoy the show, I want to invite you to subscribe to the channel. It doesn't cost you nothing. At the very bottom, there's a notification. There's a subscription button. Click on the button, hit the notification bell, and you'll be notified when my videos come out. And I want to thank you in advance. And if you like the video, give me a thumbs up. That helps the channel out a lot. I appreciate it. Thank you. All right. Now we're going to go through Norwegian Cruise Line's dining policy. They did a lot of policy changes this year, heading into the end of 2025 into the early of 2026. And we're going to talk about the main dining room, the specialty dining, and room service. First, we'll talk about the main dining room. The main dining room is a complimentary dining room that you go. Doesn't cost you nothing. Well, it didn't used to cost you nothing. Now it does cost you something. You're allowed one entree, as many appetizers, and as many desserts as you want. Now the second entree is going to cost you $5. If you get a third entree, it's going to cost you another $5, and this will be charged to your room. The reason you're doing this is waste. So many people waste food. I see it all the time. If you do cruise quite a bit, you see it too, especially at the buffet. You pass by tables, they got food mounded on the plates, and it's just sitting there, and it's going to be thrown out as waste. Same thing with the specialty dining or the main dining room. You get 2 or 3 entrees. You try one entree, I don't really like it. You try the next entree, it's okay. The third entree you like, but you got 2 entrees that are going to waste. Wasting of food is a big epidemic, I think, in the cruise industry, because everyone thinks, well, I paid for it, I should get it for free. Well, I paid for it, but you shouldn't waste it. It's an extra expense to the cruise line. And we should help. What that will do will keep their expenses down, hopefully keep the price of the cruise down. So don't waste food. That's what it comes right down to it. So that is the main dining room policy changes. Now the specialty dining room has a little bit of policy changes. Before you used to have to make a reservation. You still have to make a reservation for specialty dining. Now a lot of people make the reservations and they forget about it. Or they're like, I don't want to go. But they don't bother telling anyone. You don't bother canceling it. And if you're a person that wants to go to a particular specialty restaurant, you couldn't get in because it's booked. And all of a sudden you see a bunch of empty tables, it's because people had reservations and they didn't tell anybody when they canceled it. On the Norwegian Cruise Line, it's going to hold your reservation for 15 minutes. Now, after 15 minutes, they're going to cancel reservation. They're going to charge your room $10 per person for specialty dining because you didn't call and be responsible to let them know that you canceled it. All right, so that's what they're doing for specialty dining is a late charge. Other things is an update to the cover charge. If you don't have the free at sea with the specialty dining, there is a cover charge to get into the specialty restaurants. Some used to be a la carte. I believe everything's going to be one flat rate cover charge going into the specialty restaurant. That's why it's good to get the free at sea, pay the $20 gratuities because you're going to pay it anyway, and you get up to, if you're doing a 7-day cruise, up to 3 specialty dining meals. Just pay the gratuities and you'll be all set. Now, of course, if you do the specialty dining, you get 1 entree, you get 3 appetizers, you get 3 desserts per person. That's great. This is something I never did before. Usually it was just 1 dessert, 1 appetizer. Now you can do 3 and 3 and 1 entree. If you get a second entree, it would be a $25 surcharge for that second entree, which ain't too bad. Because sometimes, especially in restaurants, they're definitely worth the second entree. All right. So that's it for the specialty dining. Next thing is room service. Room service is when they bring food to your room. That's room service. If you never did room service before, at least try it once during your cruise. It's pretty cool, especially if you're on a balcony. You eat your breakfast on the balcony. It's awesome. So it is a charge of $5 a breakfast and $10 for room service anytime throughout the day. At one time, you can order as much as you wanted at the $10 cover charge, $10 room service charge. Now they're limited into 1 hot meal, 1 cold meal per delivery per person. Before, people, same thing with the waste, they would order 7 entrees. Figure, oh, it's $10, we'll get as much as we want, and half of it goes to waste. So they're trying to combat waste. So it's 1 cold, 1 hot per person per delivery charge. Same thing with the breakfast. So I think it's definitely a good thing. Tell me what you think. If you like these policy changes to the dining, you think they're good, you think they're inconvenient. If you don't like them, leave a comment below. I appreciate your comments. All right. Last thing we're going to talk about is the beverage policy change for Great Stirrup Cay. If you don't know, Norwegian Cruise Line has a island in the Bahamas called Great Stirrup Cay. I've been there a couple of times. Great place to go. Now they've totally renovated the whole island, put a lot of attraction, water slides, pools. It is amazing. Now, before the drink package, whatever you had on the ship was able to be rolled over to the island. Well, as of March 1st of 2026, that drink package on the ship will no longer be used on the island. They're going to have a separate drink package just for that day. All right, so this is something they're doing as of March 1st of 2026. So there is going to be like a cutoff time depending on when you made your booking. So if you're not too sure, contact the cruise line, talk to customer service. They're great. That's what they do for a living. They'll help you out. Ask questions, ask questions, ask questions. All right. But there is complimentary beverages like water, iced tea, the flavored juices they have, the flavored waters they have. These are still complimentary because they want to make sure you're hydrated, being out in the hot sun. But any alcohol and sodas will be part of this new drink package. All right. Well, that's it for today's show. Went over quite a bit. I do appreciate you tuning in. I do appreciate you showing up, listening to the show. Leave comments, please. I love comments. It helps me thinking about new shows. If there's something you want me to talk about, leave a comment also. I appreciate that. All right. So we covered some great things from Norwegian Cruise Line. To me, Norwegian Cruise Line is one of the better cruise lines around. They do some great things for their guests. They got some great ships. I'll be on the Bliss heading to Alaska in late May. Definitely worthwhile. Going to have a great time. I'm going to fly up to Seattle. Wow, I'm going to enjoy myself. This is will be cruise number 10 for me. So it's going to be a good time. Me and my wife are going to enjoy ourselves in Alaska on the Bliss. I love Norwegian Cruise Line, so these changes, I think they make a lot of sense. All right. So I do appreciate you tuning in today. I appreciate you, everything you do for the channel. All right. And just remember this. If you see me hanging around the Lido deck at the pool with a margarita in my hand, come up and say hi. I appreciate that. And it's always 5 o'clock somewhere, so enjoy yourself. Thank you for watching.